Started. There we go. Took me a minute to find. So without further ado, we are going to get started by introducing the 4 people on our screen. So there we go. So my name is Allie Feldman. I am the Assistant Director of JCamps, and I oversee the camp office. So I'm sure I've spoken to many of you that are with us tonight. And I'm really excited to have a wonderful summer. It is my 5th summer on the year-round team, and I am going to toss it over to Emily Stern.
All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Parent Orientation, where you're going to learn so much about camp for the summer for your children. I'm Emily Stern. I'm the Chief Program Officer here at the JCC. I oversee our entire Center for Youth and Families, which includes early childhood camps, kids, middle school. But I have, in the past 7 years, been the Senior Director of JCamps. Will continue to oversee our entire operation for the summer. And really excited for everything that we have in store. All right, I'm going to kick things over to Bradley Kirkston.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Bradley Kirkston. I am so excited to serve as our J-Day Director this summer. I have worn many hats at the JCC, and I've got to work with so many of you and so many of your campers in many different capacities. I'm also very excited to say this is going to be my 19th summer working at JCamps. And I'm also excited to introduce the newest member of our camp team, Isabella.
Hi, I'm Isabella. I am the JCamps admin, so I help facilitate the camp office side of things. This is my second year here at JCamps. However, this is my first year in this position. So I am looking forward to meeting all of you guys and having a wonderful summer.
Awesome. And then I just want to point out that our general camp office email is jcamps@jcc.org. So you guys are more than welcome to send us an email. The 4 people that we just went over are our year-round team, and we are the people that you are more than welcome to contact during the camp day. So before we get to the next slides where we introduce all of our unit heads and directors, those are the people that are really out and about at camp with your kids, making sure that they're having a wonderful day and hanging out with them. So sometimes they're not able to get to their computer or their phone right away. So if you need something during the day, you are more than welcome to contact any one of us, and we are happy to answer any questions you might have. All right. There we go. All right, so I'm super excited to introduce our director of tennis camp. So we are so excited to bring back the legendary Adam Stein, who has been at the JCC for a very long time, back into the role of tennis camp director. And he actually kicked off his summer this week on Monday, as we have tennis camp and pickleball running at the JCC right now. And then we are going to introduce J-Day. So a lot of your campers tonight are in J-Day this summer, and I'm going to introduce the unit heads. So coming back for another summer with us in Beret Sheet, that's our J-Day junior kids, and our campers entering kindergarten. We have Nava Wachtel, and that is her email. We are so excited to welcome Miss Jen Blumberg to our team this summer, and she is going to be overseeing our OLEAM 1 unit head, so all of our entering first graders in J-Day. And then we are excited to have Melissa Rosenblatt back with us this summer, and she is going to be overseeing our OLEAM 2 units. So those are all of our rising second graders. And then Marissa Myers, who was with us last year as our OLEAM 2 unit head, is moving on up to SOPHEAM to spend some time with the older kids in 3rd through 6th grade, and she is our SOPHEAM unit head. Moving on to some of our other camps, we have Sports Camp, Habima Arts Camp, and Children's Theater Production Camp, as well as our TNT and CIT Counselor in Training Program. Our Sports Camp Director, we are so excited to welcome Kyle Harrington to our team. He is brand new to camp with us this summer, but has a lot of wonderful years of experience under his belt working with children. And then for our arts programming, we are excited to welcome Gabe Lewin back to his alma mater, which is Habima Arts Camp, and he will be serving in the director role this summer. And then Adrienne Bergeron, who works at the JCC year-round on our youth arts programming, is the Children's Theater Production Director, so she will be directing The Little Mermaid along with her stage manager, Emily Plovan. And then moving on to our teen camps, we have Eden Oberfeld, who will be serving in the role as TNT director. So that is for our entering 7th and 8th graders. And then we have Sophia Varon, who is our CIT contact for the summer. And she works at the JCC year-round in our Forefront initiative. Moving on to some other staff that you may want to reach out to. We have a very, very large inclusion program this year, and it is being led by Helene Rappaport, coming back for her 7th summer with us. We are so excited to have her. And then, as you guys know, health and safety, the mental health and emotional health of our campers and staff is always a number one priority. So we are excited to have Galit Krizak back in the role of head of camper support, along with Melissa Perlin, who is there to make sure that all of our staff are remaining happy and excited this summer. And then for our medical team, we are welcoming Tasha Williams to our full-time JCamps medic role, along with her assistant, Zippy Goetz, who will be here part-time this summer, but will be very much so available during those busy hours of camp. And then lastly, I want to introduce some very important staff tonight. Our aquatics director is Shawnice Crawford, and she works with our assistant aquatics director, Megan Risper. Megan is our main point of contact when it comes to any questions you might have around swim. So if you have any questions about swim tests, our band system, instructional swim, free swim, please reach out to Megan. And then our office coordinator, who is here tonight, Mr. Logan Supple, he oversees our hot lunch ordering system, and we've already gotten so many orders in for the summer. So he is excited, and he's actually going to talk about lunch a little bit later on. All right, I am going to pass it over to Bradley.
Hello, everyone. So what will your campers do this summer? So they're going to enjoy a welcoming, positive, supportive, and safe community. They're going to grow in a Jewish environment with incredible Jewish experiences. They're going to make new friends, and they're going to participate in dynamic, exciting, and fun activities. And they're going to have a lot of new experiences throughout the summer as well, too. They're going to socialize outdoors. We have plenty of indoor activities, too, and they're going to have lots of fun. That is the one thing we can guarantee is a fun-filled summer. Okay. Next, Emily is going to talk about the camper expectations.
All right. Hi, everyone. So as Ali mentioned earlier, one of the really important things to us is that we're taking care of our kids both emotionally and physically. So emotionally, we do have expectations of our kids to make sure that we're all meeting with success over the summer, both for our campers and everyone around them. So in order to succeed, everyone needs to make their best effort to follow our guidelines. You can actually find our camper guidelines in your parent portal. It was one of the mandatory forms to fill out, where we talk a little bit about our behavior expectations of our campers, from being respectful to fellow campers and staff, being respectful of our ground facilities and belongings of others, being safe, staying with the group, and avoiding dangerous behaviors. We also know not everyone has the best day ever, and there are times where reminders are needed, and phone calls may need to be made home to make you aware of what's going on at camp. Our goal is to be really communicative with our families. Our unit heads and directors are the ones that are, like Ali said, on the ground with our counselors. They are the ones that'll be contacting parents. Counselors are with the kids all day long. So if there's ever anything you need to get in contact with someone at camp, you can always contact the camp office, but know that it's the unit head or director who's going to be giving you a call back. And every once in a while, we have to, give reminders and positive feedback to our campers. Sometimes there just is a discussion of consequences based on actions at camp. Sometimes we just need a little bit of a break. So we'll go for a walk or removal from the group for a few minutes. If it's becoming something that's ongoing, or the severity of the situation, there might be an intention from an administrator, which would be a unit head, director, Bradley or myself. If it's something that's ongoing, a parent conference might be needed, a contract, and the thing that we avoid at all costs, but we also have to maintain the safety of everyone at camp is a dismissal or pause for the camp program. So we know that we're going to have a wonderful, successful summer, and we'll be going over expectations with our kids when they're here, making sure they know our rules and where to go and what to do. And we are looking forward to it. Thanks.
Alrighty, I think it's my turn. We are going to go over carpool. So our morning carpool runs from 8:45 a.m. to 9:20. Prior to your arrival, make sure that all your campers are feeling well. So essentially, upon arrival, there will be signage everywhere, so you'll not get confused. We are asking everyone to enter the JCC campus from Associated Way, and you will follow the signs to get to where you need to go. We want to keep our carpool lines flowing and moving, so please at all times do not exit or stop or get out of your vehicle at any point. Again, you will follow the signage, you'll get to the front of the line. Carpool runners will be there to help escort any campers out of your vehicles. And again, there's clear signage everywhere. And then we'll go to the next slide so we can see. Alrighty, so this is incredible. So essentially you will be following the red signs. You will again be entering through Associated Way. The camps that will be following the red arrows that you can see here in our carpool line map is Habima, JD Junior, Sports, Tennis, THPC. And essentially you'll just make rights, you go through a little loop and you'll exit. If you have a camper in Noah's Ark, you will go and enter through Gwynbrook Avenue. You'll essentially make a left, go through there, and then you'll exit. If you have a camper in Noah's Ark and in J-Day, you will make your way through Gwynbrook Avenue, drop off your kid in Noah's Ark, and then make your way to day camp. So you'll make your way over to the other carpool. If you pull up at 9:21, unfortunately, our carpool lines will be closed and our doors will be, no one will be there. So essentially what you will do is you will pull up to our front circle entrance and you will walk inside our building. You will be directed to our indoor office where someone will help you sign in your camper and then they will make their way to their counselors and the rest of their bunk. Alrighty, so let's talk about afternoon carpool. So our afternoon carpool is from 4 p.m. to 4:35. Everyone has received a carpool number. It kind of looks like this. We mailed it out to all parents in their parent packet. If you did not receive a number, feel free to email me at camp.admin@jcc.org, and then I will be able to get one to you the first day your camper comes to camp. Again, we want them all visible on your dashboard on your vehicle so that our carpool runners and staff can see it.
I'm guilty of this.
Again, if you did not receive one, please email me at camp.admin@jcc.org so I can get you one. Alrighty, again, please stay in your vehicles. I know it's very tempting to see the carpool lines and want to park and walk up to the front. However, that just adds confusion and slows down the process. We understand that you guys have places to go, jobs to get to. So again, we want to keep those carpool lines flowing and moving as much as possible. So please stay in your vehicle at all times. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Isabella.
All right, so I'm happy to talk a little bit about our late arrivals and our early dismissals. So as Isabella shared, you pull up at 9:21, the blue gym doors and the wood gym doors are going to be closed. What you're going to want to do is loop around to the front of our JCC campus to the Sapolsky Circle, right where our lobby entrance is. And you're going to want to get out of the car and then check in at the indoor office. So you can just walk straight back to our indoor camp office and there will be a sign-in sheet for your camper. And then you are more than welcome to leave your camper with us. We will make sure they will get to their bunk as safely and as quickly as possible. We do ask that if you know that they're going to be late, that you do send an email to the camp office. You can just email us at jcamps@jcc.org, like if they have a scheduled appointment or something like that. It's helpful for us to know how many kids are coming late that day. And then in terms of early dismissal, it's the same exact thing. It's just that we require that you send us an email and let us know that your camper is being picked up early. We do not do early pickups past 3:20. So you will need to get your camper before 3:20 and let us know far in advance. You can let us know that you're picking your child up early in August. I promise we will remember. We write everything down. So please let us know. And then if you are doing an early dismissal, make sure that whoever is picking up your camper is an authorized adult in your parent portal, because we do check IDs during that time when we're signing people out to make sure we are releasing them to the right guardians. Sorry, guys, there's a bit of a lag, I think, from the amount of people on the Zoom. So when I press the next slide, it takes like 10 presses for it to actually move. I appreciate your patience. We love technology. So we just went over carpool. Another form of transportation that we offer is express busing, and we are excited to be bringing back a lot of these buses from last summer. So our buses that run from the Pikesville Park Heights area is our new bus stop, Bethel Congregation. We have 2 buses that will be coming from there, as well as Moses Montefiore Congregation, which is our Quarry area stop. It's not directly in the quarry, but it's very close by. It's 5 minutes away. And then the Park Heights JCC again from our Columbia Ellicott City area. We are going to be busing from Beit Havarim and Temple Isaiah. So we'll have 2 buses almost all the weeks running out of Beit Havarim, and 1 from Temple Isaiah, which is out in that Fulton area. And then from Cockeysville, we will be busing from the Cockeysville Baptist Church again. So hitting a lot of different areas. All of our transportation for the summer is finalized. So you should have received an email about a week ago that says exactly which transportation mode we have your child in this summer. So if you didn't get that, please let me know. And the office is more than happy to let you know what we have. And then we have different drop-off and pickup times, which are available in the transportation packet, and it changes by stop. If you are submitting a transportation change for the day, meaning that your child is going to be going from bus to carpool, for example, please, please, please submit it by 2:30. Our staff is out and about getting ready for carpool and busing for an hour and a half before it starts. So we have to make sure that we see the email before we leave our offices to go get that started. And if you send it past 2:30, there is a chance that we will not be able to see it in time. So we ask that if you can send us all of your transportation changes and your schedules ahead of time. I've already gotten a few for the entire summer. We would love that because we do note everything in the system ahead of time. All
Great.
right.
Thank you, Allie.
I'm sending it over to Brad.
Thank you. We are very lucky to be able to provide extended care. We have an early drop-off program that begins at 7:30 a.m. and ends at 8:35 a.m. Early drop-off program happens to be in the front circle of the JCC. So you can just pull up to the Sapolsky Circle, and there will be a staff member, usually 2, out there to greet you, welcome your child to camp, bring them out of the car, and then walk them into our Performa, which is located right off of our lobby. And then once we have over 10 kids, or it's 8 p.m., we move them to the upper courtyard where there's lots of fun games and activities for the kids to do while we wait for camp to start. Cars arriving after 8:35 will be directed to the carpool line. We close the door for early morning drop-off at 8:35, and then everyone needs to go to the carpool line. And then we come to the end of the day, and we have a late stay program that goes until 6 p.m. Our late stay is located in the Blue Gym. I will say that again because early drop-off is in one space and late stay is in a different space. But our late stay is located in our Blue Gym. Late stay goes until 6 p.m. We split the Blue Gym in half and have 2 different activities going on daily. You can pick up any time until 6 p.m. If you pick up after 6 p.m., there will be a $2 per minute charge. If you're interested in signing up for late stay and haven't had a chance to, you can email the camp office, and we still have some spots in both of those programs. So thank you, and I will pass it over to Allie.
Thank you, Brad. So let's talk a little bit about communication and how you can stay informed with us this summer. So the first way is our emails. So we will be sending out preview emails by camp. So on the Thursday before the week ahead, you're going to get an email from the director of whatever camp your camper is in, and they will let you know what is going to be going on the next week, reminders, dress up days, anything that you need to know. And then every single Friday, we will be sending out recap emails from the week ahead. We have a little bit of a different format this year. So if you were with us in past years, it will be a little bit different. There's going to be one general email for our J-Day, Sports Camp, and Habima campers. And then there will be attachments included in that email of different newsletters for each camp. So for example, if your camper is in Habima Arts Camp, you're going to get a general shorter message, and then attached to that email is a newsletter that will let you know directly from Gabe Lewin, for example, that will let you know exactly what was going on in Habima for that week as a recap. So make sure you're always clicking on any attachments from us. I know sometimes those get missed. we are still on social media. So follow us on Facebook, give us a like, check us out on Instagram. We love to post stories. We're slowly getting into the TikTok world. So get excited for more Instagram reels this summer. And then the main thing I want to talk about is our JCamps app. So our JCamps app is a wonderful way to stay informed about what's going on this summer. It includes calendars, a photo, videos, contact info for all of us, and is a great way to stay on top of what is happening this summer. So you can download it in the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on if you have an iPhone or an Android. And it gives you instant access to your campers' photos. And I'm so excited to announce, and I know it has already gone out, that we have added facial recognition this summer. So essentially what happens is if you go into the More tab of your JCamps app, you can take a picture of each of your campers and upload it back into the app. And then the app is going to create an individualized album of just your camper. So if I have a camper named Johnny and I take a photo of him and upload it into the app, I'll have a photo and I'll have an album in the photos tab called Johnny, and it will be photos of them. So that is really exciting, and it will save time from scrolling through all the photos that we take every single day. Like I mentioned, we have a camp calendar. It can integrate to your personal calendar in your settings in your phone. We send out push notifications all the time about dress up days, as well as other reminders. I saw somebody asked, how will we know if our bus is running late? We will send out a text to you specifically for your bus group. So make sure that you are opted into all of your transportation. We'll send out weather updates if we need to go on heat day, anything like that. And then this is our emergency text system. So please make sure that you are downloading it in case of emergency.
All righty, thank you so much, Allie. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into camp office contacts. I'm pretty sure that everyone here will contact the camp office at least once this summer. Our lobby office hours are actually wrong on our presentation. They're from 9:15 a.m. to 5:30. During these hours, you're able to contact our Assistant Director of JCamps, which is Allie Feldman, at feldman@jcc.org. Again, her email is afeldman@jcc.org. For field office hours, that is me. I am from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and you can reach me at camp.admin@jcc.org. Again, my email is camp.admin@jcc.org. If you call outside our camp hours and you're directed to our voicemail, please leave us a message so that we are able to connect and call you back the following day. Any call after 6 p.m., again, we will return your call the following day. All righty, thank you so much.
Okay, let's talk about the schedules. So on your screen, you will see our timed out schedule throughout the day. We have 7 periods a day. One of them is lunch. So for J-Day Habima Sports and our TNT Experience program, there are 6 activity periods. The only difference in the J-Day Junior schedule is there's really like 5 activity spaces, 5 activity periods, and more longer change in bunk time. You will see in between each activity is 15 minutes. That is designed for the campers to be able to wash their hands, walk to activities, take bio breaks, do whatever they need to do. Morning snack is a snack that you will provide every day. You will send with your camper, and we will take it out of the bag and serve it during that time. Afternoon snack is something that we serve. It is a popsicle. It is one of our true camp traditions that we provide a popsicle every afternoon, especially on our incredibly hot days. The schedules are A weeks and B weeks. So weeks 1, 3, 5, and 7 are A week schedules. Weeks 2, 4, 6, and 8 are B week schedules. Every week, your camper on Mondays will receive a new weekly schedule. Those schedules this year will also highlight any special events we have going on at camp that week, and really will be able to provide you with a great list of all of your camper activities. And it is a great schedule to put on your refrigerator so your child knows what they're doing each day at camp. Can't have a schedule without incredible activities, and we are very lucky to be able to provide amazing experiences, from athletics to Israeli dance to Shababa to 9 Square. We're known for our biblical playground and our science activities, and archery junior for our 2nd grade campers. You will notice that all of our older campers in J-Day, in in sports camp and Habima will go on weekly field trips. The information for the field trips will be going out weekly, and you will get it from your child's director or unit head. They will have all the information about the permission slip, about times of the field trips, about where they're going, and any waivers that you need to sign for that trip. Please note there are a couple trips that have extended times, and we will be emailing that out way before, so you are aware. I also want to point out one of the reasons why we have A week and B week schedules is many of these activities, your child will not have every activity every week, but your child will have every activity throughout a 2-week time schedule. And also for our oldest campers in J-Day, they have electives in the afternoon, 3 days a week, where those campers get to choose which activities they want to do. And they choose on Monday, and they're in those activities for the rest of the week. If there's any questions about activities, you can contact the camp office, and we're happy to answer any questions. Okay, this is definitely hard to read on the screen, so what I'm going to point out is we are really lucky to be able to have so many activities inside and outside. We take advantage of all the space in our building that our building has to offer, from our indoor space to our fields, to our pool area, to our woods. We take advantage of every space and turn this campus into a camp us. So we are really lucky to be able to have all this space. You will see signage and lots of great activity space to be able to provide incredible programming. So as a Jewish camp, we pride ourselves in being able to provide Jewish programming. The easiest example for that is our Friday Shabbats. Because we are such a large camp, we do Shabbat very different than other camps, where we have 4 Shabbat periods throughout the day. Your camper will be assigned in one of those periods with their bunk, and they will get to experience a very intimate Shabbat as a camp and as a bunk. Of course, we provide challah. We have gluten-free, dairy-free, water challahs, everything to make your campers feel part of the experience. We do grape jelly beans. That is another one of our camp traditions at challah, at Shabbat. And we do the blessings, and each bunk does mensch moments, where the counselors get to celebrate something amazing that your camper was able to accomplish that week. From, helping to clean up after an activity, to helping a friend feel better after they got out of an activity, or really just being a mensch. We like to celebrate them. I also would like everyone to please note on their calendars that on July 28th, we have a family Shabbat experience after camp. One of our most unique programs is Shababa. Shababa is a way that we celebrate our Jewish values that I'm going to speak about, and it's also an opportunity to give back and to do some community service. We work with our partners at the Max Center for Jewish Connections to find amazing opportunities for our campers to participate in. And one of the whys of why we're here is these 8 Jewish values that really shape everything we do. They're on the screen. You can read them. They're also in the parent packet. We take those Jewish values and we infuse them in not only Shabbat and Shababa, but in all of our activities. So, a great example of that is if they're in music that week, they might do a song that represents curiosity or tikkun olam. They might, in athletics, talk about the community of athletics. But we really infuse all of these Jewish values in our programming throughout the summer, throughout the week. Thank you. Okay, what's camp without the pool? All of our campers will have daily instructional swim and free swim if they're in J-Day, J-Day Junior, Maccabi Sports Camp, 1st and 2nd grade in Habima, and all of our other camps that I did not mention have free swim daily, including our TNT and CIT programs. We are operated under the guidelines of the American Red Cross. At our swim program, we really emphasize personal safety, swimming skills, personal growth, and positive self-image. We really truly believe in teaching our children how to swim. That is a Jewish value that we really encompass through aquatics. Like we said, there is daily free swim. I do want to say is we test all of our campers on the first day of camp for instructional swim. They might have been in a swim lesson last year. They might be taking swim classes throughout the year, but we do retest all of our campers. If there's any questions about aquatics, Megan Risper's contact information is down below. Thank you, Allie. Free swim is another amazing part of camp. all of our campers have the opportunity to test for a band. So we have 3 band colors. There is a red band that everyone starts off as a red band. There is a white band level that is really the middle of the pool, and there's a blue band level. The campers do get opportunities to test for their bands on Mondays and Fridays. There's also going to be opportunities before camp to test that I think will be sent out shortly. I do want to point out that if your child does have to get tested at the Owings Mills JCC, even if they're at a specific color at the Park Heights JCC, unfortunately, it does not transition to our outdoor pools, so they would have to get retrained. And I do want to mention we do have amazing rock wall at our pool, and those are for blue bands only. Thank you, Allie. Great. I will pass it over to Isabella.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Brad. What to wear and what to bring. So our #1 rule here in J Camps, our cardinal rule, is to label everything. This year, all our campers are going to get some labels, and I highly recommend utilizing them. So please place them on your water bottle, your kids' goggles, your shoes, anything that can be labeled, monogrammed, please do. It just helps our staff be able to pick up an item and know who it belongs to. Every camper will receive a camp t-shirt. We ask that they wear them on Fridays. Also, it's not applicable to all campers, but if your camper is going on field trips or any outings, they have to wear their shirts. It kind of is a visual marker for our staff, so it's less likely that our camper can walk away. Alrighty. So what should my child bring to camp every day? If you pack a water bottle, a backpack, and sunscreen, you're almost halfway there. For backpacks, nothing with wheels, please. It's a hassle, to be quite honest. For sunscreen, we highly recommend the spray kind. It's just easy on our counselors to be able to spray our kids and go. Again, we don't want any of the aerosol kinds. So again, spray, not aerosol. Please pack a waterproof closed lid water bottle. Throughout the day, we want our campers to be hydrated and to be drinking their water. If your campers have 2 swim periods, please make sure that they come to camp already in a swimsuit, and then they already have their second swimsuit in their backpack. I know that a lot of people forget to bring a plastic bag to put in your wet bathing suit. It makes a world of difference. So when they get home, you don't open their backpack and everything is soaking wet. You're free to pack 2 towels. However, I would suggest just 1. Usually by the afternoon, the towel will be dry and ready to be used again. All campers must use closed-toed shoes, no sandals or flip-flops. It is just a recipe for disaster. We ask all our campers to pack their morning snack, and their lunch if they're not ordering a hard lunch, which Logan will talk more about in the future slides. Alrighty. What should my child leave at home? Essentially anything that is electronic. So nothing with screens, no tablets, no smartphones. I know the last year we had some of our teens, on the smartphones, smart watches. If they are on it, we will contact home just to have a conversation about it. Again, no personal toys, no money, essentially nothing that's sentimental or valuable. We would hate for anything to get lost and broken. The next slide is our camp calendar, and Allie will go over that with you guys. Alrighty.
Thanks, Isabella. So our camp calendar is live in your parent portal. So please feel free to look at it. It also was sent out. We brought our hard copies back this summer. So you are more than welcome to put it on your refrigerator. And it was posted on social media today. So again, give us a follow. Very excited to announce some exciting things that are happening this summer. #1, 2 Sock Tuesdays. We had Tutu Tuesdays. You're more than welcome to still wear a tutu and your tube socks, whatever you want to do. We noticed that our campers absolutely love wearing socks to camp, so we thought we would make a day out of it. So please feel free to buy your campers some tube socks, use whatever it is at home, and send them in tube socks on Tuesdays. We are still doing Wacky Wednesdays, so you'll want to look out for those dress up days. We'll also remind you through our app via push notification. Some of our favorite Wacky Wednesdays are back this summer. Purim in July is always a really, really fun one. Kids can dress up in any costumes that you want for that, as long as they're appropriate. A pajama day is always a classic, as well as Animal Day for our Animal Week that is going to be coming back to camp, where campers can hang out with some animals at camp. And then we also have some new special events that campers are going to be able to participate in this summer. So we have Israel Day. I'm so excited to announce that our Sofim Caravan will be coming back this summer for Israel Day. And we are also going to be hosting our very first county fair, where campers will be able to spend a day with us feeling like they're really at a fair, enjoying music and treats and everything that could be at a fair. So we're very excited and we are busy planning that. And then on the second half of our schedule, one question we get all the time is, when is Color War? So Color War is happening week 6 of camp. We are already in talks about a theme this summer and different team colors, so get excited. Our children's theater production camp, which is up to almost 40 campers right now, will be performing The Little Mermaid Junior. So we're really excited for that, especially because The Little Mermaid is trending right now with the movie. And then field trips are happening on Thursdays for our 3rd through 6th grade campers in J-Day and sports camp, as well as TNT and CIT. Our Habima Arts campers, some of them are also going on field trips as well. And Adrian and Gabe will communicate with you about those. And those are happening on different days during the summer, not always Thursdays. And then we're also bringing back Unbirthday Party, which was popular a couple years ago. We are working with the Lessons Camp JCC, which is the JCC in Rockville, are really good friends, and they are going to be hosting an intramural sports competition. So we are excited for this summer. It's a really awesome calendar.
All right.
All right, great. I'm going to pass it over to Isabella, who will be overseeing our Lost and Found this summer.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Ali. So yes, let's get into Lost and Found. If your item has a name or a label, we are much more likely to find it and return it to you. That is why it's so critical for all of our campers' items to be able to be recognizable. You are always free to contact me at camp.admin@acc.org if you're looking for a lost item. Most of the time, 50% of the time, if a camper loses an item, it's with their counselor. So the next day it will return home with them. If you want to order more labels, feel free to navigate into your parent portal and you'll be able to order them through there. This year we are unable to dry any towels. We apologize for the inconvenience. And for sanitary purposes, we will be throwing away any undergarments and socks. You're free to go again to your camp app and go to our photo tab, which you will see a folder titled Lost and Found. Periodically throughout the week, our photographers will take pictures of any items that make their way to the Lost and Found, and they will upload them. So you're free to take a screenshot, email me, and say, hey, this is my child's item. Can you please just send it home with them? Again, there has been times where things get lost week 2 and it won't appear until week 4. So we appreciate your patience with that. Again, the email that you can contact is camp.admin@acc.org. We are hoping that all items get returned to you. Alrighty, thank you.
Thanks, Isabella. All right, so let's talk about camper forums. So these forums have been available in your portal for the last few months. So if you haven't looked at them, please make sure to check them out. Because we do need these forms on file in order for your camper to participate with us. So as for medical forms, we have medical forms A and B. The main thing that I want to point out is that these do not require a doctor's signature. So unless your child is taking medication at camp, is bringing medication to camp for backup, or is bringing an inhaler or an EpiPen or has a severe allergy, we do not need a doctor's signature on our medical forms. We have a couple of waivers depending on which camps your kids are enrolled in. So the first one that everybody signs is our general waiver form and asks some general questions just about sunscreen, swim, as well as photos. If you're comfortable with camp taking photos of your camper. If you select no on that form, we do ask that you reach out to the camp office just so we are extra prepared. And then there is a confidential camper profile in there, which is another really important form. It is optional for our TNT and CIT and our tennis CIT campers, but we really do encourage you to fill it out, even if you have a camper that falls within those programs. It is required for everybody else. It's really a time for you to share about your camper's mental, emotional, and social health, and gives us a chance to start to get to know your camper before they come to camp. And as I said, our camper support staff is already working this summer, and she is already going through these forms and contacting parents that are requesting a conversation before camp. We want to make sure that we're setting your camper up for success this summer. And like I said, the health of your camper is our #1 priority. We also have a camper code of conduct that we ask that you sign. And then, like I said, depending on the camp that you're in, you might have an extra form in there. And this is your JCAMPS ropes waiver, which is available for any campers who will be participating in Zipline or on our ropes course this summer. And this applies to our J-Day, K through 6th grade campers, as well as our sports campers, TNT and CIT. And then, as I said, with our medical forms, if your camper, from what I said before, is going to be taking medication at camp, please make sure that you check out our medication authorization administration forms. It includes the allergy action plan, the asthma action plan, as well as the medication authorization form. And those do have to be signed by your doctor. If you have any questions about those, you can definitely reach out to me, as well as Zippy or Tasha, our two medical people on our medical team. Lastly, another form that's down there in the family section, if you scroll down, you'll see it. It's kind of hidden a little bit, is our authorized grown-ups form. So this is really, really important. If your camper is going to be picked up by somebody outside of your household, so outside of somebody that is listed as a main contact on your parent portal or your emergency contacts, we do need to have them listed in Camp in Touch. So you're going to want to make sure that you fill out that form. So if you know that your babysitter is going to be picking up your kid every single Tuesday, we have to have that on file somewhere. So make sure you're filling that out. We do check IDs, and we are not allowed to release campers to anybody that is not noted on this form. So it's really important because we will hold your camper until we're able to get into contact with you. All right. Great. So I am going to pass it over to Emily Stern to talk about our medical team this summer.
All right, hi everybody. So I'm going to be talking a lot of medical policies, COVID, our favorite thing to talk about. So feel free to throw things in the chat, and I'll try to kind of look at questions and answer them as I go as best I can. So our medical professionals this summer are Tasha Williams, who's an LPN as well. We also have another nurse who'll be there part-time along with Tasha. You can reach out to our medical team at camp.medical@jcc.org. And we also have medical consultants that we work with, Dr. Michelle Trudeau, who is an MD, and our partners at LifeBridge Health. We're really lucky at the JCC to have an amazing partnership with LifeBridge, and they really have helped us shape a lot of our protocols this summer. And as I mentioned, we have a medical assistant, Zippy Goetz, who is our CPRN for this summer. All right, so the mission of our health and safety team is to treat sick and injured campers and communicate with parents. If your camper visits the medical office, we'll be communicating with you either through email or phone call. Essentially, we tell all of our staff if anything is going on with a camper, whether or not they are unsure or not, take them to the medic office. We'd rather just make sure everything is okay and communicate with you if we need to. Our team is also administering medication, handling COVID-related concerns, as well as providing for the health and safety of all of our campers and staff throughout the day. So our sick policy is somewhat complicated and simple all at the same time. Don't send your kid to camp if they're sick. Not only are they not feeling good, but it is a long, hot day outside. And when they're not feeling good, it really just exacerbates all of their symptoms. So please, if your child is home, keep them at home. If they have any fever or symptoms, please reach out to us. You can either reach out to our medical assistant or actually emailing Allie at afeldman@jcc.org is even better, because otherwise you'll be getting calls from us about attendance if we haven't seen them in a few days. So please make sure to keep them home if they are not feeling well. In order to be readmitted to camp after a sickness, they need to be no longer exhibiting evidence of their illness, needs to be fever and symptom free for 24 hours without fever reducing medication. They can also return if they are on antibiotics that for a full 24 hours. Frequent coughing or excessive nasal discharge has been resolved. If their mood, appetite, behavior, and activity has normalized. Really, if they're still not feeling great, it's really hard to get through our camp day. So make sure they're feeling good before they come. If your child is sent home from camp with a fever, diarrhea, vomiting, they cannot come back the next day. They will have not hit that 24-hour rule. So if we send them home for a fever one day, they'll definitely need to be out the next day because that won't be that 24-hour rule. And in a case of COVID-19 or communicable disease, we'll be letting you know if your child has been exposed to anything. In the case of lice, we are a knit-free policy, which means that campers cannot return if they even have nits, which is different than the county school system. So making sure to really check with us before sending your camper to camp. And obviously, if your child has any sickness from strep throat to obviously COVID to lice, any of those kind of things, it is really important to let us know. We'll be transparent with you. We need you to be transparent with us as well, so we can keep our entire camp community safe. All right, medication at camp. So Ali already mentioned some of the forms that you need to fill out. Some of those are your medication A and B forms. If your child does need to take medication at camp, you need to fill out the medication administration authorization form for anything. Prescription or over-the-counter medication that needs to be administered at camp has to be signed by the parent and physician. And you can do that by using this form. We do not do self-carry, so it does need to be filled out. It needs to be signed by those parties and sent back, and campers do need to go to the medic office to get any medication at camp. We will not be administering medication without that. And asthma, allergy, as well as any seizure disorders should be also, we should have asthma, allergy, or seizure action plans. With those, all of this can be found in your parent portal. There's an entire medication administration packet. And when you can bring these to us, so they cannot be sent in your camper's backpacks. They need to be handed to our medical office. You can do that starting tomorrow. We have our medical team starting to be here. So we are going to be here tomorrow all day, June 16th in the middle of the day, as well as throughout the camp day next week, along with back to camp night on June 22nd between 6:30 and 8 o'clock. If you do plan on stopping by, please let us know to make sure that there's someone here to get it from you. But we'll also be collecting a lot of medication at back to camp night as well. All right, so COVID. So we are still making sure that we are managing COVID-19 at camp. So all of our policies were created in consultation with our camp health team and our partners at LifeBridge Health. And like I said, we rely on you to let us know if things are going on in your home. We don't have a daily health form this year, but we'll be sending home, like we did last summer, a COVID and exposure form where you'll get this link at the beginning of the week. So if anything comes up throughout the week, please just fill out that form. It'll get to all the people it needs to get to very quickly. So that way we can manage getting more information from you, and we can let the families in that bunk know that there's been an exposure in their group. In terms of masking is optional this summer, so it is up to you if you want to send your child with a mask. We are aware and respect that some of our families may still choose to have their child masked. Just let us know if that's something that you need us to help support your child doing, and we'll do our best to do that. We don't tend to mask outside, and there are some masking policies that could follow an exposure, but I'll go over that in just a moment. For vaccination, getting vaccinated is one of the most important ways to protect our community. We strongly recommend that all eligible members of our camp community get vaccinated if they're not already, but it is not a requirement for camp this summer. Okay, so our COVID protocols for this summer. If your camper tests positive for COVID, all of this applies for our staff along with our campers, anyone in our camp community, really anyone at the JCC, this applies to. If there is a positive COVID test, you must isolate for a minimum of 5 days. Day 0 is either the day of symptoms or the day of a positive test if you're asymptomatic, and you can return after those 5 days when you're symptom free, and continue to wear a mask for 5 days. For direct exposure, which for us means a case within a bunk, if there are no symptoms, the campers can continue coming back. There's no quarantine, no testing requirement, but we do ask that they mask for 2 days for 48 hours after that exposure. It's only while indoors. We don't mask, like I mentioned, while outdoors, while eating, drinking, sleeping. That's mostly for our preschoolers. Now the difference comes if you have symptoms. If you have symptoms after an exposure, so not just if you have symptoms, period, just there's an exposure that we can track and then you have symptoms, then we ask that you home test for COVID. If the test is positive, you're going to go up to our positive test category. However, if you test negative, then you can return after you've been symptom free for whatever the symptoms are for 24 hours and mask for 5 days. However, and that's on the at home. If you decide you want to get a PCR test, you can replace the 5 days of extra masking. For a direct continuous exposure, which means essentially you have someone in your household that you're not quarantining from, and you don't have symptoms, then you can continue coming to camp, but you must continue to mask during that exposure. And then your 2 days doesn't start until that 5 days is over. So it can be up to 7 days that you be masking in that case. So that is our plan for COVID for this summer. We also identify that symptoms following an exposure can be very similar to a common cold. They can be COVID-19 symptoms, but we also understand that kids do have chronic illnesses like allergies, asthma, other symptoms. In your medical B, there was an opportunity for you to give us information about those chronic illnesses. So it's important for us to have that information. So if there is a positive case and your kid is, watery eyes, sniffling, coughing the next day, and you say it's allergies, we can go and check that form and say, yes, before the summer, they told us that they have allergies. So we don't consider that a symptom after exposure. So that is the plan for this summer in terms of our medical policies. If you have any questions, please feel free to let us know. And I'll make sure to take a look at this comment section if there is anything and answer any questions that we have there. All right, thanks, guys.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Logan Suffel. I am the JCAMPS Office Coordinator for the summer. I'm so excited to return to this position again for my second summer. And I oversee our hot lunch program, as well as I oversee Allie and Isabella in the office as well. So let's talk about lunch and snack. So JCAMPS is a kosher style camp, which means that we do understand that we are not fully kosher, but we do require that no pork and no shellfish are in your campers' lunches, and no dairy and meat products should be mixing in their lunches as well. So if you have like a turkey and cheese sandwich, we would ask that you please do not bring those, as we do recognize that some of our campers do practice kosher laws. So in the mornings, your camper has the opportunity to have a morning snack. Please please pack a snack in your camper's backpack, something very quick, something very on the go, as your camper only has about a 10-minute period to eat that morning snack. So it's very important that they have time to eat that snack, as well as it's very easy for them to eat it because they could be eating it on a bench or at a table. It just depends on what the day is and where they are at. As Bradley mentioned earlier, we provide afternoon popsicles for our afternoon snack. There are many different colors. I know all of our returning campers know them well. And on Fridays, we celebrate Shabbat. And during that Shabbat time, we do give challah. And as Bradley mentioned earlier, we do have water challah and egg-free challah for those who have allergies. And just to make you all aware, we are not nut-free. So if you are allowed to bring nuts, but if you do have a camper in your bunk that does have a nut allergy, we will let you know and ask you please to not bring nuts, as to make sure that the allergens are not exposed to other campers in your bunk. All right, so we do have 2 lunch periods this summer. We have one starting at 11:40 and one starting at 12:30, and they are staggered throughout the day. All right. Next slide. And I'm very excited to announce that we are using the Knish Shop for our hot lunch program this summer. And so orders for the summer must be in by 12 p.m. sharp the Thursday before the week you're ordering. So for example, the first week of camp starts June 26th. So I need to make sure that my orders are in by June 22nd at 12 p.m. to make sure that your campers' lunches are secure. If you order after that date, we cannot ensure that your camper will have a lunch, as the orders do go out later that day or the next day. So we do offer a mix of meat and dairy meals throughout the week, and each day will have a different meal, as you can look at our hot lunch instructions and menu document, which is located in your parent portal and has also been sent out earlier this week. Our dairy meals that are offered are $6.75 per meal, and our meat meals are $8 per meal. Everything that we provide our campers through lunch is kosher certified, and your lunches that are from Hot Lunch will be delivered directly to your camper at where they eat lunch. And just to let you all know, our Noah's Ark menu and our regular JCamps menu are different. So if you do have a camper that is a part of both our Noah's Ark program, campers that are a part of both our Noah's Ark program and our JCamps program, their menus are different. And as last summer, we did provide Gatorade as an option. This summer we are only providing water as the beverage that is going to be given at your hot lunch. And hot lunch instructions can be found in your parent portal. And if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to contact me at camp.opuscoordinator@jcc.org. But I'm also available by phone at 410-559-2379. So feel free to give me a call or email if you have any questions.
Thanks, Logan. I
Okay.
am going to send it over to Brad to talk about weather.
Okay, in our perfect world, camp would be 85 and beautiful every single day, but we know that weather is a factor at camp. Like I said earlier, we're very lucky to have so many activities indoors and outdoors. And we are also lucky, because we have so much great space, is we can move the majority of our activities inside and be completely fine. No, we cannot move the zip line inside, but everything else, for the most part, we can move inside and make it fun. We do go inside if there is heavy rain or extreme heat, a code orange or a code red. Myself and the rest of the camp team are always looking at the weather, and we are prepared to make a decision if we need to move the activities inside. Each bunk is assigned an indoor activity for their activity schedule, an indoor space for their activity. They get an outdoor schedule and they get an indoor schedule. And we also, have our plans for rain days, but we're also prepared if there's your typical Baltimore surprise weather. All of our campers will be safe, all of our counselors will be safe, and we will have plans to really just move it inside like it's effortless and like they're still having an amazing experience. Great. One of our camp mottos is Hineni, a great place to be me. And we really truly believe that for all of our campers. I talked about that. We all talked about that with our staff on Sunday for our staff orientation day. But we really believe that this is a great place for everyone to be themselves, to learn, to expand, and to have an incredible summer. So we do want to thank you all for coming on this amazing camp adventure with us. And we are here to support not only your campers, but you as well.
So we have some exciting events that are happening as we gear up for this summer. So thank you all for attending our virtual parent info night. The next big event that is happening is our back to camp night, which will be taking place next Thursday. We've been sending out reminders about it as well as sign up links for it. You do have to reserve a spot, and the sign up is going to be placed in the chat for your convenience. At Back to Camp Night, this is the time for you to not only meet us in person as well as the other members of our very large leadership team, but it really gives you a time to bring your camper to camp with us and connect with their counselors and unit heads and staff that they are going to be seeing every day and get a look at our beautiful campus. So thank you to everybody for coming. We are going to stay on and answer questions. You are more than welcome to unmute yourselves and ask a question. If you don't have any questions, you are free to go. And thank you guys for coming.
can I ask questions now?
Sure.
Okay, all right, so I got a couple things. Clarification on, oh, by the way, I found the bus schedule. That was a neat welcome packet. Clarification on what they bring there on a daily basis in terms of clothing and what stays at camp.
Yeah, what camps are your campers in?
I think, well, he's 7, so I think that's the junior J camp thing, just the day camp.
Okay, yeah, so he's probably in J Day Juniors for our
Right.
little ones. So he will be doing swim twice a day, so we recommend sending him in a bathing suit and then packing a dry bathing suit for free swim, and then packing a dry change of clothes after that. And then you will also need, it's in the parent packet which is in your portal. There's a list of everything, but you need some sort of large cinch bag, a refillable, reusable water bottle, a morning snack, as well as a lunch. Your morning snack will not be going in the refrigerator, but all of our lunches are refrigerated, or you can choose to order hot lunch.
What's a cinch bag? Is that one of those things that, like, it's got the 2 ropes and you pull it?
Yeah, that, or you can just get like a regular backpack that zips up. That's fine as well. And then you'll also want to bring a towel for swim, sunscreen, and anything they might want at the pool, like
No,
goggles.
you said I can find this stuff. I'm sorry, because I was trying to get on the website. This is on the website.
If you send me an email, I'll make sure that you have access to your parent portal. Where in your parent portal, this is all listed in the forms and documents section. So if you send me an email, I will make sure that you have access to it. And then I can also just attach the documents for your convenience.
Okay, sure. Ali Feldman. Okay.
Yes, A. Feldman.
I have access to the parent portal. I was able to log in, but
Perfect.
all right. So, but I have dry bathing suit, dry clothes, a towel.
All right, I have a recommendation for the towel from last year. I would suggest a microfiber one because they're not as heavy because kids are walking around with these backpacks all day, for those that don't know. So like a microfiber towel that doesn't get heavy and wet, because if they have swim in the morning, they have to walk around with it the remainder of the day.
It's a really good.
I have one of those. Now I actually have like one of those, the kids have like these swim backpacks where they have these internal pockets where they can keep wet stuff. Would probably one bag be enough, or
yeah, send one bag for their wet stuff. I would recommend one bag. Some people do 2 because they like to do the swimsuit separately from the towel, but one bag should be fine.
Okay. What was
And water shoes, correct?
Yes, water shoes, anything your child wants to use in the pool. So water shoes, goggles, anything like that.
Okay, and so when you said spray suntan, you mean the kind you got to pump, not the kind that you hold down and it goes continuously, because you said no aerosol?
Yeah, no aerosol this summer because it is an asthma trigger. So exactly, you're going to want to get the one that you can pump, or you can also just get lotion that can be rubbed in if your
Okay.
camper is comfortable with applying it.
He complains for me, so probably complain more for you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Can you clarify the aerosol versus spray? I didn't understand that.
Yeah, no, it's a really good question. So, when this is the best way I can explain it. But you know how there's hairspray and some of it's aerosol where you can just continuously spray it in your hair, and then some of it you spray, but it comes out slowly. You want to use the spray that just sprays the lotion directly on the skin in like a clump, and that's it. Not the one that continuously like sprays like that.
Okay. So no aerosols. Okay.
Tikva, I don't know if you're still here, but I know you raised your hand.
Yeah, Emily said she'll give me a call tomorrow. I had a question about the allergies, but I'll wait to hear from Emily tomorrow. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Shakira.
Hi, can you tell me about the spray? I'm sorry, I was a little busy.
Sure.
Because
So
I
you're,
know my daughter is allergic, like well, she has asthma. So
yeah,
I rather apply the lotion than the actual spray for her.
exactly. Yeah. So the
So that's
aerosol, which
fine.
is, yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. Just bring the lotion, just not the continuous, the bottles that continuously spray.
Yeah, Shakira,
Okay.
it's actually exactly why we don't want other people to send the aerosol is for kids like your daughter who have asthma, is we're telling people they cannot send aerosol this year because it can be out in the air and it's an asthma trigger. We want people to send either lotion or there's like new kinds of spray sunscreen that aren't aerosol where they just like actually come out like lotion as opposed to like a hairspray.
Okay, thank you.
Can you send examples of those?
Sure. Yeah, I can definitely,
I've only seen lotions and aerosols. I haven't seen.
yeah,
the other
Yeah, I'm
kinds.
gonna throw one in the chat. Like a good example is like Hello Bello, that new brand. They make a good one that's not, it's in a spray container, but it's not aerosol. I'll see if I can find a link and shoot it.
Laurie.
Hi, somebody may have answered this in the chat, but I may have missed it. So my child's in the TNT, she's just doing it for 2 weeks. If she comes next week, should she be coming alone or should I be joining her?
Yes, I can answer that, Laurie. It's Bradley Kirkston.
Oh, hi,
Both
Bradley.
the TNT, hey, hello. Both the TNT and CIT orientations are camper only. The TNT director, she actually will be sending an email out tomorrow or Friday with a lot of details for parents, but both the TNT and CIT orientations next week are camper only.
So should I have not signed up for what I did, which was that time frame?
No, that was for our J-Day program, but it's
Sorry.
completely fine.
Okay, so just take my name off
totally
that. Sorry about
fine.
that.
Thank you, Laurie.
Okay, thanks.
Julia.
Yeah, hey, just a real quick question on who we need to contact. Our camper has a co-parenting household.
Mhm.
So I actually tried to sign up, or the other co-parent tried to sign up for the JCamp app and it was not recognized. Who do we need to contact for that?
Yeah, you can send me an email, afeldman@jcc.org. That happened because the way that we do our original upload is just one household. So if you are in a co-parenting household, just send me an email and we'll definitely get them added.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Allie.
Sure.
I have a couple more questions if that's okay, and I apologize in advance.
All good. Happy to
All right.
answer.
Okay, so their backpacks when they get there, are they like carrying them around all day? Do they like hang them up on like some coat hook?
Yeah, so campers, the majority of the day, I mean, they have these 15-minute transition times between activities. They will be carrying their backpacks with them from activity to activity. But when they're in these 35-minute activities, they will be putting their backpacks down. So they will be carrying their backpacks is the answer.
All right, so that's why you're recommending one. All right, so my understanding is there's morning snack and then there's lunch and then a popsicle for like an afternoon snack, but it's a long day.
Mhm.
Like if I send my kid with like extra food, is he going to be able to eat a snack later in the day?
Yes, definitely. Although we recommend the morning snack and then we provide afternoon snack, I always tell parents to please send your kids with extra snacks throughout the day because they will be very hungry from walking around. They have a way more physical day than they do in school. So I would always send too much rather than not enough. And if they're very hungry, then of course the counselors will let them step aside and eat a snack.
Okay, let me double check with my. No, their food goes in the fridge. Their food, sorry, they're not carrying the food except the snack because the food goes in the fridge, right? Their lunch.
Correct. Yeah, so in the morning, the counselors remind the campers, please take your morning snack out of your lunchbox and keep that with you throughout the day. Everything else gets refrigerated.
So that would include.
Any other questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
I was just curious. So, hello?
Hi.
Yeah, okay. I was just curious. So my question was, let's say for whatever reason, like, I packed the lunch, I packed the snack, but as you were saying about extra snacks, but let's say she went through all of those snacks. Is it possible for us to purchase a snack? Or, and then maybe we end up with a bill, or what is it? Or is there an account for the campers or something like that? That way they can still get something if they're hungry. Because I know the swimming twice a day definitely can cause hunger.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So we do not have a program where campers can purchase snacks. Like we don't run a canteen or anything like that. If your camper is really, really hungry and they ran out of the snacks that you packed for the day, we do have snacks located in our medical trailer. So if that is the case, we will just take them right to the medic to get a snack. If we notice that it is happening quite often, we will send an email home to let you know that your camper has been hungry and to please pack something extra so they can stay full all day. But we don't have any sort of program where you can buy a snack. So I would just recommend sending your camper with lots of food.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
All right, sorry, clarification on the bunk and the nut allergy thing. So does this only reference like the people that have overnight camps, or what's a bunk? And how do I
know what a bunk is.
Let me
my
clarify
wife said she
the
knows.
allergy piece with the sending information out about that. We really do it in pretty limited bunks. We have a few campers this summer who have really, really severe allergies to the point where even if they like touch something that someone else had someplace else, they could have an anaphylactic experience. So there's like 2 or 3 bunks this summer right now that we know of that we're going to be sending out communication next week to the bunk for the entire summer, just letting them know to please avoid packing anything with nut products. Because of that, we also just tend to tell families like, please avoid sending nut products. We just have campers across camp with allergies, and it's so much better when they can all sit next to their friends. But those emails will go out next week, just to the few bunks that we know of that we really want those parents to be extra hyper aware.
Okay, so we're looking for the email coming next week or so.
Yeah. And it won't be in a ton of them.
Cody, did you have a question?
Yeah, we just had a question about J Camp Junior swimming, whether or not that's instructional only, if it's mixed with the big kids, what the lifeguard ratio is, just kind of how that works. We're a little nervous because our son is like he'll jump into the water and fall under it and we have to pull him out, and he's not that smart. So
yeah, that's a good question. So for starters, JD Junior campers do swim twice a day. So they have instructional swim in the morning as well as free swim in the afternoon. We have a swim band system, and I will just be really honest and say that most of the time our JD Junior campers are red bands, meaning that they can only go into the shallow section of the pool as well as the splash pad, and they love the splash pad. So at free swim, they do tend to spend a lot of time in groups over there, which is outside of the pool. And then during instructional swim, no worries, your camper will be assigned a group with a lifeguard, and the lifeguard will physically be in the pool with them when they are in the pool. So there will be someone with them at all times. And then during free swim, we have a lifeguard ratio. We follow the American Red Cross, and then we also are ACA accredited through the American Camp Association. So what that means, oh, Megan, you're still here. This is great. I'm gonna toss it over to Megan Risper, our assistant aquatics director, who knows the ratios off the top of her head that I'm blanking out on.
I'm impressed.
First, I would say during instructional, they were all with a swim instructor, but all of my swim instructors are also lifeguards. So in addition to the lifeguards who are sitting around the pool in the 4 chairs, they also have an instructor who isn't a lifeguard. And most of them are, especially the younger classes, have 2 instructors to their class. And their counselor, the JD Junior counselors, tend to get in the water with them. So they don't just go under and jump in. As far as the lifeguard ratios, we sit all chairs during Camp Free Swim, and normally, if depending on which period, they have a walk rotation as well. So there are plenty of guards on duty while they are also swimming.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Hunter's mom. Can I piggyback off the swim coach question?
Yes.
Does Hunter have to go ask to level up to get a new band, or will you do that when he's getting his lesson? He's 7. I mean, he's 6.
So they don't test for bands during instructional swim. You have to test during free swim. So they won't do it during instructional. So he would have to do it when he came to free swim.
But he will have to go get, he'll essentially have to say he wants to get tested. So we do it every Monday and Friday. And essentially there's like a line that forms very quickly for kids that want to go test. And he would just go stand in line until it was his turn. Romy, I see your question about inclusion and interaction between the kids in the bunk. That is actually one of the things that we really train our staff on, both our inclusion staff and our bunk counselor staff, which is that it is every camper in camp, whether they have a camper advocate with them, is a part of the camp bunk. So when they are going from activity to activity, when they are thinking about what they're doing, every camper is there as a part of their bunk. And there is someone there to help them succeed in their camp day. So we really do try to make sure that the kids are interacting as best that we can. And Helene, I know, is working so hard with Maggie, our assistant director, to come up with all of our camper profiles so our inclusion advocates can get to know their kids and what they're really working on this summer to help with that interaction. But I can really say that a lot of our kids have made really great relationships with all kids in their bunk, whether or not they're in the inclusion program or not.
So a bunk is the group that they're assigned to. So we just sent out an email actually, which notified you of what bunk your camper was in. So that is the bunk, that is the group of kids that they are with throughout the day. At school, they use class. Here we use bunk. It's the same thing. We are not an overnight camp.
Space.
Yeah, we are not an overnight camp, so it does not include sleep accommodations.
Oh, wait, Hunter's mom, one more time. Do they get to see kids from other bunks?
Yeah,
And
so
play with them?
during transition time, they will definitely pass other bunks as they're going from activity to activity. We also have times in camp where we are combining, bunks together. So for example, flagpole in the morning, as well as free swim in the afternoon. We have 2 lunch periods for all of camp. So our J-Day campers and our sports campers see each other depending on their lunch periods. So they'll definitely have a chance to see one another during the day.
Does J Camp Junior nap at all?
No.
Thank you.
Mom, are you practice what I can do?
Any other questions?
No, Mom, I got the computer helped me, but I did most of this.
My apologies. I was going to ask a question and then the little co-workers showing that. I have a question about the swimming. Do you guys offer classes so that we could combine since the kid's going to be in a pool there?
Megan, take it away.
Do you mean classes like during the camp day, or do you mean like after camp?
No, during the camp day, do you take the kids who are interested in getting additional swimming lessons like separately? as a separate activity?
Oh, no, they have a
No.
scheduled instructional swim time, and that's the time that they had to have a group lesson.
Yeah, okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, sure. All right. Well, if there are no other takers, I think we are all set. So thank you guys all so much for coming. We appreciate you